So what is up people, I'm Random Guy here and I really wanted to get a gameplay for Chaos Mode to give you some tips, and actually yesterday I learned a lot more than I expected, and I really haven't seen like an advanced tip gameplay commentary about Chaos Mode, so I thought hey, I'll be the first to do it, the niche in the market, why not? So let's get into it. And I say it's a niche in the market and I'm going to talk about unique things, but first of all I'm going to talk about the beginning, which is the key. And I know XJawz said the key to Chaos Mode is the start, and it really is, because you want to get that combo rolling, you want to get those perks quickly, otherwise you're not going to be ahead of the other players, you're not going to be ahead of the NPCs, and they're going to get you. So as you can see, I use the pistol and the knife. Why do I use the knife? Well, I pick up the tags automatically, if you didn't know that already, with kill confirmed and stuff. And also, knifing gives you 150 points, easy kills, which when you get when you shoot somebody with a gun, like at the start, because they're easy, they obviously get harder, is actually only 50 points. So it's always a really good idea at the start to actually knife them. And you see, I don't actually knife all of them, and that's because I don't want my combo being lost, because knife lunges don't always work, so I will always want to make sure that I have that combo rolling, I don't lose it because of some stupid hit detection of a knife. And also you can see I actually stun people with my pistol, because if you get shot in the leg with a pistol, it's going to hurt, you're going to go ow, except for juggernauts actually, but I'll get on to that in a second. So what you want to do, you want to keep making sure that you stun people with a pistol, then knife them, so they can't shoot you, because obviously when you're running up to them, they have a direct line of sight to actually try and kill you, or take some armour off, and that is really important to try and keep the armour on as long as possible. So as I said about juggernauts are annoying. And that's going to lead on to another tip. All these tips actually interlink, but we'll start with this tip. And basically, you want to make sure that you stun NPCs, but you don't want to stun juggernauts, because they don't flinch, because they have armor on. So if you stun them, they'll just keep firing at you, and you'll keep losing armor, and you have to reload. And don't face juggernauts 1v1 unless you have an akimbo weapon. And as you can see here, what I've done, I rounded them all up. I rounded all the NPCs up, all the CPUs, whatever you want to call them. I rounded them all up to make sure that they're in like a group, so that I can get loads of multi-kills. And as you can see here as well, I can see, as you can see here, quite a lot in this video, but I've made sure I got some long shot medals as well. You want to make sure to try and get as many medals as possible to get that combo up. And you can see I get triple multi-kills. I kill most people in multi-kills, which makes sense, and doesn't make sense if you don't say it, but makes sense because you get even more points from getting multi-kills. And as you can see, there's a juggernaut here. I did not want to face him. And one of the key things in Chaos Mode is to keep moving. You know, if you play football, if you play soccer, if you play football, European version, which is soccer, you want to keep moving. They tell you to keep moving into spaces, because then if you move into a space, person isn't going to be there to try and take you down or tackle you, so you have more time on the ball or on the American football, so you can run, score that touchdown or get that goal, because there's no one in your way. And the same goes for Chaos Mode. To make sure you want to hit your goal, see what I did there, so make sure you want to hit your goal, you actually want to keep moving. Because the juggernauts are slow, so if you keep moving they won't catch up to you. And in zombies as well, you know, you don't camp, you always keep moving. I know these people have guns, but it's the same idea. If you keep moving, then you're not going to get hit, because you're not in direct confrontation with somebody else. And because you're not in direct confrontation, you can take less damage, and you can generate health whilst you're running away. Now, so right in this point of the video, what I'm doing, I'm trying to take down this juggernaut to get some armor, because killing juggernauts, there's a chance they'll drop armor. I don't know how to increase the chance or how to lower the chance, so sorry about that. I tried to find out multiple times, but nothing's appeared, no results have been found. So as you can see, I like to pick up akimbo weapons, and it took it down like a boss. So make sure when you kill a juggernaut to use akimbo. I know I hit marked him with the FAD a couple of times, I got really lucky there. But make sure when you're killing juggernauts to use akimbo weapons. XJawz said any weapon is good. I found akimbo weapons are the best. They kill them in under 3 seconds flat, which is a really good idea. And as you can see here, I'm running low on health, and I'm just running away, and I knew there was a lot of people there, and I could get a few cheeky long shots and triple long shots as well, which is a really good idea to do. So, as you can see, I'm running away. I want to make sure I pick them off one by one, unlike a crow or sparrow, I'm just picking meat flesh off that body, and then one by one. Here I use the combo freeze. Combo freezes are really good, because they mean that, well, they're a bonus package, so they must be good for something. But you want to make sure you pick up all the bonus packages, and especially combo freezes. Combo freezes are really useful when you're in that space, you're in that awkward moment where you're firing and you can't see anyone, and you're just about to lose your combo. You can just use it. So make sure you have a combo freeze in your pocket at all times. And if you don't, just make sure to play it safe, and make sure to be close to an enemy or close to a gun, because the guns they're just about the right time to get from one to the other without losing a combo. And here I actually do a very stupid mistake. I walked into the Nova gas, whatever you want to call it, and I got really slow and I got really lucky with some hit fire here before dropping to get the P90. So that covers most of the things about Chaos Mode, and you make sure you pick up last stands. Last stands are the most important kind of package because they're the rarest as well. So you make sure you want to pick them up. It's all about luck as well with the care packages. You can't dictate which ones you're going to get. And as you can see, I'm trying to do my best, but it seems I keep running into the opposition. I got really lucky here again with the P90, just spawning in time. So what I'm doing now is I'm picking them off one by one. I'm making sure I don't run into direct confrontation for too long, backing up, regenning some health, and then going in again for some kills. And then you can see I down quite a lot, but it's okay in Chaos Mode because if you run a sustainable train, you could say, if you run a sustainable amount of time with one life, you can actually make sure that one care package spawns, and then you can get the final stand, and then if you down again, you have that final stand. But obviously, as I said, it's all to do with luck. And here, what I was talking about with the akimbo weapons, it's not working out from here, is it? So I'm backing away now. I know that with that P90, I'm not going to do that much damage to the juggernaut right there. And use grenades wisely, because you get a respawn on C4s, you can resupply on claymores, you can resupply on flash grenades, but the one thing you can't resupply on is grenades. So make sure you only use them when there's a massive group of people. And what I usually do is I tap somebody with like a hit marker with a gun, and then throw the grenade, and then tap them again. So then I can keep running and then not worry about getting a hit marker, because I know that grenade is going to get a hit marker. This game mode is all about multitasking as well. So if you work at Subway, you know what I mean by multitasking. Get those buns in the oven, get those cookies baked. You want to make sure that you multitask in this game. The more things you do, the less likely the combos are going to go. And wow, that is quite a lot of tips to digest about Chaos Mode. So I'll just recap them. I'll put a little list as well. I'll edit one in with my amazing editing skills about how to sustainably make sure you do well in Chaos Mode. And basically, you want to make sure you run into spaces where not a lot of people are, so your health regenerates. You want to make sure that you take down juggernauts only with akimbo weapons, because otherwise you're going to take too much damage whilst taking one down. You want to make sure that you get the most out of your medals, so you may want to make sure you kill people in groups, you kill people from a long distance. And strafing actually works, because I found that enemies fire in a straight line, they don't like to move around. So if you have two enemies and you strafe and they fire in a straight line, strafe to the left and a strafe to the right, and then they're both going to be firing left and right, aren't they? And they're not going to be able to get you. So that is a really good tip to use. Make sure you use the perks to the best of their ability, especially quick draw. I don't recommend throwing flashes until you actually have quick draw, because it's just too slow. And don't use akimbo weapons until you have steady aim. That's another really good idea as well. So as this gameplay is wrapping up, I just want to do a final few tips to make you the best when it comes to Chaos Mode. So the first of the final tips I want to say is make sure you run your route near flashbangs. Flashbangs are useful if you don't have time to clear those enemies in front of you. Then throw a flash and then get a few cheeky kills. And also they're good if you're trying to run away and you don't have a lot of health, and there's always the flankers. And these flankers are the people who are going to take the most damage. Like if you're facing a direct group of like 10, 12 people and there's 2 behind you, the 2 behind you are going to do the most damage. And you know why? Because they have a direct line of sight on you. It's all about direct confrontation. They have a direct line of sight on you. They can see you and then they can shoot your back. The other people, you're trying to dodge them, you're trying to head glitch them and move out the way. So make sure that when you're clearing some space, make sure there's nobody there. You want to make sure that when you turn around, you want to make sure nobody's there. And an easy way to get past them is just to throw a flash and then run by them, and then they'll just join the other group. Because Chaos Mode, make sure that they spawn behind you. I hope those tips were helpful, guys, because they helped me get into the top 100. You know, 74 people still beat me on Underground, but I think it's a pretty darn good score. I beat XJawz, Syndicate, and all those big people. So I'm Random Guy. I hope you all have a very sexy day, and hopefully I'll see you guys later. And make sure to rate the video if I did well, and if you think I didn't do well, just leave in the comments why not. Just don't dislike it, because that doesn't help anyone, does it? See ya.